Ciao everyone, it's Molly with AllEars and I'm back today with a brand new video and a brand new food review. Today we are going to one of the most popular restaurants in all of World Showcase at EPCOT, Via Napoli here in the Italy Pavilion. This incredible restaurant serves up Italian classics such as pizza and pasta, and they go so far as to import a lot of the ingredients from Italy. But is this restaurant worth a visit? It's going to take a lot of time. It's pretty expensive pizza. Is it worth taking time out of your EPCOT day to come and visit? Well, we're going to find out. Spoiler alert, giant pizza incoming. Via Napoli is one of several restaurants here inside of the Italy Pavilion, but it is known for their pizza. It is definitely a pizzeria inspired by Naples, Italy, where they went so far as to imitate the ovens. They import the flour, they import a lot of the ingredients, they even import the water so it is as close as possible to Naples. But again, it's expensive pizza, especially when you compare it to, even by Disney standards, it's expensive. So we're gonna see if this is somewhere you should eat with your family. It's also incredibly popular, tricky to get a reservation. Is it worth all the hype? Taking a look at Via Napoli's menu, they're definitely known for their wood-fired pizzas. They've got those specialty ovens in here, but they also have some phenomenal pastas, salads, other Italian treats as well. They used to have this incredible white lasagna that I was obsessed with, but unfortunately that's off the menu now. For your antipasti, you're going to have classics like a caprese. They've got a charcuterie board. They've got calamari. They've got a couple of different salads. For pasta, they do have a ravioli, a spaghetti, a tortellini. They also have got a chicken parmesan. They have a sea bass. They have a beef. And then, of course, again, they're known for their wood-fired pizzas. So they've got some special ones that are like the quattro formaggi. They've got a prosciutto and bologna. And then, of course, they have a variety of toppings, and you can create your own in whichever size you'd like. So they do a 10-inch individual that serves one, a 20-inch large, and then they have a half-a-meter pizza, which serves 3 to 4. So it really depends on who's in your family and what you're going to order. Of course, they've also got some Italian desserts. They have a cannoli, they've got tiramisu, cheesecake, couple other options. So really authentic Italian, but the focus is the pizza here. If you are looking for more of the pasta, the lasagnas, the kind of just like heartier, I guess, Italian food, not pizza, you're going to want to look at Tutto Italia across the way, which focuses more on that segment of Italian. Via Napoli is run by the Patina Group, so they're not Disney owned and operated, so you're not going to be able to do mobile check-in. You're going to need to come into the restaurant lobby right here to check in, but when you do, make sure you check out this incredible chandelier that greets you. This was actually made in Venice. It's Venetian glass. It's all these bright colors, and if you look closely, you're going to see some grapes and lemons, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. It's so ornate. I love the details on it. And this is the first of many things we're going to see that were actually made in Italy for this restaurant. One thing I will say about Via Napoli, it's incredibly popular. They do not often take walk-up reservations. It is usually very, very tricky to get a reservation. So if this is something that looks good to you, if this is something you'd like to enjoy, make sure you get a reservation early. Right now, you can get them 60 days in advance. If you can't get one 60 days in advance, keep checking back, but just know most days walk-ups are very slim to no chance. Starting off my meal with a Negroni, which is gin, Campari, and sweet vermouth. It's a classic Italian drink. Of course, they have a ton of Italian wines, beers, Prosecco. They have a lot of limoncello-based drinks. Others of my favorites here include the limoncello mule, as well as the Aperol Spritz, but I thought I'd try a little something different today. Cheers! Okay, you have to like vermouth to like that, and it definitely has gin in it. So both of those flavors are very prominent. So if you're not a fan of the bitter taste of vermouth or of the kind of floral-y, piney taste of gin, you're probably not going to enjoy this one. But it's definitely not sweet. I told him I didn't like sweet drinks. And I would say that boozy, burny taste of the gin is the strongest, most prominent flavor. But it is very good. But again, it's very strong, and it's very gin heavy and bitter. So if you're not into that, I would definitely recommend trying maybe the limoncello mule, or again, I like the Aperol Spritz because that's Prosecco with a little bit of grapefruit in it, so that's great as well. Starting this meal off with a beautiful appetizer, an antipasti, as you would say. I, again, will stop doing accents. This is the taglieri. It is a gigantic serves to cheese board. So we've got a couple different types of cheeses. We've got a burrata right here related to the burrata. We've got a Cruciano cheese here, as well as a fontina, a little jam, some green olives, breadsticks, grapes, and then you have a couple of different meats. You've got a prosciutto here, a salami, and a mortadella. So if you know me, you know I love a charcuterie board, and this is a nice big one with a lot of different Italian cheeses and meats on there. Let's get into the charcuterie. I've got a little bit of everything. This is the fontina cheese. It's a semi-soft cheese. A little bit of that nutty flavor, but pretty mild. But the cruciano is even more mild, even softer. Now the burrata is my favorite because it's kind of like burrata. It's all relative. The one complaint I have about this cheese board is that they're only giving you these like breadsticks. If you want to get bread service isn't included here anymore. You'd have to pay for it. While this breadstick is good, it's kind of hard to like eat meat with it. I guess you can kind of like wrap the meat around it, then dip it in. That's what I'm gonna do. That prosciutto is fabulous, salty with the burrata. That's my favorite combination. It's a very good cheese board, however, it is expensive. I mean, it's huge. It's designed to serve two. It can easily serve more than that. And you're getting a lot of meats and a lot of cheeses. I do think, you know, consider springing for the bread so that you have more than just the breadstick, but the real star of the show here is pizza, and so I would say to save room for the pizza, but I'm never going to be mad about eating a charcuterie board. Here is my pizza in all of its glory, the mezzo meter pizza, which is half of a meter, which in feet, it's almost 2 feet. That's how big of a pizza this is. Now this is the largest size of pizza you can get. You can get a small pizza, medium pizza, or you can get this giant pizza. Now this is 2 different versions of their signature pizza. This here is the carciofi, which has got truffle. It's got that amazing cheese. It's a white pizza with artichoke. This here is the prosciutto and melone, also a white pizza. It's got arugula, prosciutto, and cantaloupe, which sounds crazy, but I promise it's delicious. You can customize it. You can create your own. You can mix and match toppings, or they do have some of their signature pies available. And when you get one of the bigger pizzas, you can split it to 2 different flavors. That way you can try 2 different sets of toppings, and these are my favorites. I am so excited to eat this pizza. It's one of my favorite foods in all of Walt Disney World, and I know what you're thinking.
Molly, it's just pizza. Why are you spending $50 on pizza?
And it's not just pizza. It is the best pizza I've ever had. It's certainly the best pizza in Walt Disney World. It is incredible. A single tear has come to my eye. This is the carciofi again. It's got that strong truffle flavor. It's got that artichoke flavor. It's a perfect crust. It's a little bit crisp, but it's not like crunchy crust. It's got that amazing, clearly great cheese. You can tell it's got high quality olive oil. Again, they import a lot of these ingredients. And it is absolutely perfect. I'm also going to go ahead and get a bite of the prosciutto e melone. And the first time I had this one, the server was like, we ordered it without the melon because we thought that sounded weird. And the server said, this is something we do in Italy. We combine citrus as well with like the deli meat. So they will do like as an appetizer as well. You'll see grapefruit and meat and different things like that. And he said, if you don't like it, I promise I'll bring you another one. No charge. Just try it with the melon and the prosciutto. And I'm so glad he said that. I had to go from the side so I could get all the flavors in one bite. We got a little sweetness from the melon, saltiness from the prosciutto, bitterness from the arugula, that kind of nuttiness from the cheese, perfect crunch on the crust. This pizza is unreal. It's absolutely incredible. One of my favorite foods in Disney World. This is actually in an RTT. This part was cut, but we were asked if we could only eat at one place in EPCOT, where would it be? And I chose Via Napoli over anywhere in France, and you know I love that bakery, over anywhere in Mexico, over anywhere. I chose Via Napoli because this pizza is out of this world, incredible, and you're not going to get pizza this good, this style, unless you literally go to Italy. And I can't afford that all the time, but I can come to EPCOT and eat this pizza. And again, it's just me eating a whole half meter pizza, no one else. Just like Joey Tribbiani once said, eating chips is like stretching before you eat a whole Thanksgiving turkey. I would say Joey Tribbiani is my role model in these videos. Wrapping up our feast at Via Napoli, we've got the torta della nonna, which is grandmother's tort, basically. It's grandmother cake, cream, cannoli, and almond. Typically this has citrus in it as a dessert. I will say they've got some other fabulous desserts that I've had before. They have great tiramisu. They have a cannoli. I had that in a different video. They've got a cheesecake, a couple of different gelatos. But this is typically a lemon cake, and it looks really good. It's very pretty. So we'll see if it's delicious as well. Definitely lemon. It's a creamy lemon cake. It tastes like lemon custard inside of a cake, so it's definitely sweet, but it has that tartness that nicely balances from the lemon. We've got a little crunch from the nuts on top and a nice flaky crust on the bottom. But I will say, while this is very, very good, I don't usually recommend getting dessert at a full-service restaurant, especially not at EPCOT. One, you're probably full because you just ate. If you're like me, you just ate a whole half a meter of a pizza by yourself, so you're incredibly full. But two, the desserts are always fine, sometimes even good inside table restaurants, but typically you can get better dessert just by getting up and walking around the park you're in. Here in EPCOT, for example, even just here in Italy, the new gelato stand opens, so they have a wider variety of gelato just steps away. You've got the bakery in France with the ice cream shop in France, you've got the caramel shop in Germany, the bakery in Norway. You've got so many great different desserts that you can get just at the walk-up stands that I usually recommend just enjoying your meal and then heading out into the park and a little bit later grabbing dessert maybe in another pavilion. Now, I understand some people do love to have dessert when they're sitting down, or maybe if the dining plan ever returns that included dessert. I don't think you're going to be mad about this one. I actually like this more than the cannoli. I do like the tiramisu here as well, but it is a good dessert. It's a fine dessert. I'd even go to say I really am enjoying it because I love lemon, but you are likely going to get a better dessert out in EPCOT proper. Taking a look inside the restaurant, it really is a beautiful restaurant. You've got these gorgeous hand-painted olive oil jars, the high-vaulted ceilings. You've got the murals painted on the wall inside that make it feel like you're outside a little bit. You've got some fixtures that I would associate with a nice Italian kitchen, such as the copper light fixtures right here. It's really a gorgeous restaurant. And then, of course, there's some outdoor seating and an outdoor terrace. But the one design feature they're known for, these beautiful ovens right here. First of all, if you look at the tippity top, you'll see that there's a VN there for Via Napoli. But these are the 3 wood-fire pizza ovens that make the deliciousness you can consume here. And they are all named after volcanoes in Italy. So you've got Stromboli, Vesuvio, and Etna. And they look like angry faces, but they are really happy guys that are gonna make you delicious wood-fired pizza. I absolutely love these. It's such a great touch, but look how big this oven is. It's absolutely wild to see. Another cool thing about this restaurant, not only are things such as the cheeses and the flour all imported, but they went so far as to import things like the decanters for wine and the glasses on the table. Those were imported from Italy. That's how authentic of an experience you're gonna have when you come to Via Napoli. One of the managers also just told me that these are what originally wine bottles looked like for a long time in Italy. People would paint these beautiful ceramic bottles and they would actually serve wine out of them. Now a lot of times when you see these, it's olive oil, but originally these were beautiful hand-painted pieces to put wine. When you put it on the table, it would be a centerpiece and a talking point. Fabulous detail in this restaurant. This right here are the blueprints to the restaurant. They were designed by an Italian designer. You can see he actually labeled each of the rooms, some different Italian words. So you can see that. Also here, these are by the restrooms. You can see right here, there is this blueprint for this incredible chandelier. And this chandelier is actually hanging in the lobby, and it was made and imported from Italy by an Italian artist. Isn't that cool? Oh, just finished up a fabulous meal at Via Napoli, and it was fabulous. It's such a good restaurant. It's, again, one of my favorite restaurants in all of Walt Disney World. And not just because it's pizza and I love pizza, but because it's unique pizza. It's the best pizza I've ever had. And it is really makes me feel like I'm having an experience in another country. The one thing I don't love about it right now is a lot of the servers are not Italian. When the parks had to close, due to COVID, with visas and everything like that, a lot of the international cast members had to go back to their countries as opposed to staying here on their student visas, and there's not a lot of them that have been able to return yet. So it does lose a little of its charm, I think, and not just here in Italy, but in a lot of the countries. When you sit down at a restaurant in one of the World Showcase pavilions and you have a server not from that country, no offense to my wonderful server who I had tonight, he was great, but so that loses a little bit, because I always like to talk to the servers about what they think of American cuisine and what they think of especially American pizza compared to this, and if they think this really is the real deal. And every time I've been here, which is many times, I'm always told that this is the best pizza they've had outside of Italy. I also asked them how they feel about like Domino's, and one of them said, it's fine, but that's not pizza. I don't know what that is. Anyway, Via Napoli, it's definitely expensive for it being pizza, but when you think about the fact that they are importing the ingredients, it's going to be an exquisite experience with good service. I really like Via Napoli. Now, the main question is it worth taking some time out of your EPCOT day? This is the park where you are likely eating and drinking the most and wanting to consume a lot of different things. So for everyone, this might not be something that you want to do. You may not be the kind of person who wants to have a sit-down meal. You might be the kind of person that just kind of wants to munch along, especially during the Food and Wine Festival or another one of the festivals. You just kind of want to pick around World Showcase and have a little bit of everything. I totally get that. I've done that many times, so I fully support you. But if you are the kind of person that wants to do a sit-down meal, or maybe you could even share a few things, Via Napoli is excellent. I can't recommend it enough. One of my all-time favorite restaurants in Walt Disney World. And yes, it's going to take a little bit of time out of your day, but it is nice also to sit down and have a nice meal, especially inside the air conditioning when it's very hot or it's rainy, etc., etc. So for me, Via Napoli is not something I'm going to do every single time I come to EPCOT, but it is somewhere that I've returned again and again. Everyone in my family enjoys it. This is my mom's favorite restaurant in Walt Disney World. Whenever my cousins and grandparents and everybody come, we always make it a point to come to Via Napoli because there's something special in this pizza. So let me know what you think of Via Napoli down in the comments. Let me know what other food you would like reviewed in Walt Disney World. We can do more restaurant reviews. In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media at AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Molly, and it's been delicioso. Ciao, Bella.
Hey, it's Molly here. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.